What is going on, everybody? So today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be talking about a video that I made previously about how to impress your first duty station. So with that being said, I don't mention that often, but a lot of people ask me about these patches on my board. But once you get to your first duty station, send me your patches if you want to, of course. PO box link is in the description, or you can send me something on the shelf at any point in time. But not everybody knows the whole background story of this, but since this is just a more relaxed video of me talking about another video I made, I'm just enlightening y'all on what in the world all this stuff is. When you get to your first duty station, whenever you get some patches, if you want to part with one of them and send them to my PO box, so I'll put them up there because there's plenty of room, and I will do that. Now, why am I talking about this previous video, how to impress your first duty station? And it wasn't really too big of a deal, but I kind of want to hit some more stuff home with you guys, because there were some people who left comments that, in my opinion, are just really stupid. So if you guys were to read those, I want to just, say that they're really stupid, because some of these comments basically were saying, my video is about how to impress your first duty station. Some people are like, oh, you shouldn't try to impress your first duty station, or you can't impress your first duty station, or don't listen to anything I said, you should do XYZ. And I think one comment said something about, don't listen to what I said in that video, but make sure you try and find some specialists or something and hang out with the enlisted guys who's been there for a while who can show you the ropes. And I just think that idea, that thought process that person said was kind of really funny, because you can do both things that I said in the video and that at the same time, because you should, when you get to your first duty station, find some good soldiers, keyword good soldiers, who've been there for a while, who can show you the ropes, who can show you how things work in the unit, that can be your lower enlisted sponsor, because you should have like an NCO as a sponsor. Just find some people that are going to basically be a good influence on you, that will make sure that you're doing the right thing, if that makes sense. So you can do that, associate with the lower enlisted, and also impress your higher ups at your unit, which is weird to me. So why is it so important that you should at least attempt to impress your first duty station? Whenever I say impress, I don't mean suck up to. I mean actually impress. I mean have a good impression on your higher ups. Have a good first impression when you get to your first duty station, because one of the biggest reasons that people end up not liking the military is because somebody in their chain of command or somebody higher up than them is just a bad soldier. They're not great with their leadership skills or whatever, or maybe at some point along the way they got on the wrong side of that NCOs, that commanders, platoon sergeant, platoon leader, whatever leadership, they got on the wrong side of their favor. Okay, so that's what you don't want to do. You want to be on the right side. You want to have, whenever that person thinks of you, they don't think of a crappy soldier, or what people call in the military an S bag. So I'm not cursing, but a crap bag. Okay, that's like a word that the military uses all the time. But you don't want to be known as that. You want to be known as a high-speed soldier, and that's going to benefit you a lot, especially if you plan on making a career out of the military, if you plan on having a good time in the military, if you plan on pursuing other different career paths, if you want to end up going to additional schools and things like that, because those higher ups, those people that I was saying that you should try to impress, you should make sure you're having a good PT score, you should make sure you're showing up on time, you should make sure you're in the right place, right time, right uniform, you should make sure that you're asking about going to boards. And I'm not saying go straight up to the commander or the first sergeant. As soon as you get there, you might want to go up the chain of command. Okay, maybe that wasn't so clear in the last video. You always want to utilize the chain of command. You, in pretty much most situations, in most units, you're not just going to walk up to your company commander. You're not just going to walk up to your first sergeant and just talk to them and just be like, hey, when's the next, best warrior competition? That's not going to happen. What you're going to do is you're going to talk to your squad leader, who will talk to like the platoon leader, who will talk to the company commander, maybe put in a packet or something. Like, you're going to go up the chain of command. So keep that in mind. So I think maybe I wasn't quite as clear whenever I was talking about that video, where you need to, in my opinion, introduce yourself to the higher ups. You need to introduce yourself to your company commander and your first sergeant. That should be a part of your in processing anyways, but a lot of people don't do that. It should not be a month before you actually have a just whether it's really quick conversation with one of those people, okay? But at the same time, when you're introducing yourself with those higher ups, that's probably not the best time to start asking for stuff. You need to go up the chain of command to ask for stuff. And so unlike what some people had said in the comments of that video, two things can be true at once. You can hang out with and be buddies with and associate with the lower enlisted soldiers, and they will like you, and also make sure you're doing your best to do the right thing that will impress the higher ups at your unit, that will make sure that they don't associate you with the bad soldiers, if that makes sense. Like, two things can be true at once. So it obviously kind of just annoyed me. I mean, I know for a fact, I mean, it's one of the reasons why I did this YouTube channel, is because there's people out there in the military currently, or veterans, that in my opinion are kind of steering future soldiers and soldiers in the wrong direction, okay? You want to try and make a good impression, because when you get to that first duty station, it's like your first job. Like, you're showing up to the job for the first time. You want to make a good impression. You're gonna have a manager at a civilian job. You're gonna have like a team leader. You're gonna have somebody up higher than you that may recommend you for promotions, right? They're gonna be writing reviews for you and your performance. You want to be making sure you're doing a good job, so maybe you can get that bonus or whatever benefit that civilian career, civilian job would have that's hypothetical in this situation. It's the same thing when you get to your first duty station. It's your first job. You're gonna have squad leaders, you're gonna have team leaders, you're gonna have platoon leaders, you're gonna have a company commander. All of those people are going to make or break some of the things that you want to do in the military. So this shouldn't be something that just always consumes your mind, and you always want to make sure you're doing the right thing, and then you hate it if you do something wrong or if you mess up or whatever. That shouldn't be the way it is, but you do need to be making sure that you're understanding that a year from now, you know, if you want to go to airborne school, if you want to just, you know, switch units or something, if you're in the reserves or the guard or whatever, and you need to get like permissions and do all that stuff, if you want things to be easier for you in the military, don't be a bad soldier. And I'm pretty sure that makes sense. Ultimately, for me making these videos, I just want y'all to be as successful as possible, and it's just annoying whenever I see comments where if y'all were to listen to that, you wouldn't be as successful as possible if you did the things that they said. So that kind of annoyed me a little bit, but that is gonna be it for this video of me replying to comments, in a sense, about a previous video that I did on how to impress your first duty station. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. If you want to check out some more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. That would be even better. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat if you haven't already. Hope you guys have an amazing freaking day, and I'll see y'all later.